guys, so here, welcome back to another video. So today I am not doing a video on my goldfish tank, even though that's right behind me. I am doing a video on my betta. Now, he's right there in a 10-gallon. I love this tank, it's giant. Pretty aquascape too. He's just a beautiful boy. He's mainly blue, though he has a bit of red and purple. And he has a tank mate, which, dangerous, you're thinking, right? Nope. That's actually what I'm talking about in this video. So, first I'm going to tackle the topic of how to keep tank mates, and then I'm going to explain which tank mates you can keep. So first things first, for the betta alone, you're going to want at least a 2.5 gallon. Now, I have some German blood in me, so I like to go by German standards. That's not why. Germany's just great. And Germany's great. Their minimum for bettas is 10 gallons, and their minimum for hamsters is like 1,000 square inches. I love Germany. Germany's great. If you're German, you're amazing. And so I like to go by German standards. Of course, you don't have to, but the bare minimum is 2.5 gallons. If you have anything smaller than that, please upgrade. You can get a pretty cheap tank. A 2.5 gallon from the pet store could be like $40, you know, and it'll last for their entire life. And then maybe a couple more betta lives as long as you do the right upkeeping. Now those are normally plastic tanks. Sometimes you can find acrylic ones, but acrylic and glass are the best options because they are strongest and last longer. Acrylic is about a third as heavy, so it's a lot lighter, which is great, but it's normally a lot more expensive too. So I normally go for glass, though if you don't have a very sturdy table, no, a 10-gallon, because the weight of the water alone would be about 80 pounds, and because 1 gallon of water is about 7 or 8 pounds, and then the glass weighs like 10-ish, not much, and so just make sure your table's sturdy enough. And if you don't think it's sturdy enough, you can make your own stand or buy a stand, or maybe if you really want to, you can get an acrylic aquarium. It will be cheaper. But now that you have the proper setup for your for your betta fish, I'm not going to remember to edit that out, am I? Nope. Okay, so now that you have the proper setup for your betta fish, I'm going to talk about how to keep tank mates. So, a 10-gallon, you can't really keep many tank mates in there. At most, I would recommend a few snails, maybe some shrimp, but nothing like guppies or tetras or other bettas. Definitely not. Nothing. So, even though your betta has a 2.5, or maybe bigger, maybe smaller, hopefully not, you're still going to want to upgrade the tank if you're going to add anything else. I personally have a 10-gallon tank with 1 betta and 1 Pumice diffusa, or apple snail, or mystery snail. They go by so many names. The chestnut apple snail, and he's so cute. His name is Peeves, and he's my, because he's my pet, so he's my pet peeve. Yeah. So, you're going to want to research the animal you want to get individually. Some animals will need a different flake diet than your betta, which would make it very hard to eat because bettas are aggressive and they will try to take the food from the other animals, and sometimes that food would not be good for them and it would make them sick or unhappy, and you really don't want that. So if you're going to get a betta and you want tank mates and you're a beginner, I would not recommend other fish yet. unless it's a sorority or unless they can eat the same foods. And I'll get into sororities later, maybe in a later video, I don't know. But you're going to want to research the fish or aquatic life that you're going to get individually. So for example, if you're going to get, let's just assume you are going to get tetras. You're going to want at least 6 because they are schooling fish and they will get lonely. Sorry, I have a bit of hair on my screen. Guinea pig hair. And with 6, you're probably going to need at least a 20-gallon long because that's the next size up from a 10-gallon. And with a betta, a 20-gallon long is okay, but you have to make sure your filter pole won't be too strong because often filter poles will be really strong and they can suck up the betta in the filter and kill them, which is no fun. So if you're going to keep enough fish that it needs a big tank, you're going to have to look into a specific filter. Sponge filters are great for bettas and big tanks, and you can get like 2 10-gallon filters for a 20-gallon long, 1 on each side. If you think that'd be better, I wouldn't recommend that, but you can if that's what you have lying around your house. And the easiest tank mates to keep are gonna be snails and shrimp. I have a snail in there. He's amazing. He's so cute. I love him. And he's great. So now I'm going to get into the types of things you can't keep. Number 1, snails and shrimp. They're so easy. Ghost shrimp are my most recommended type of shrimp to keep with bettas. If you get something like a cherry shrimp, which are the other best type to keep with bettas, they are very bright, and especially against white substrate like I have in there, they will show up and the betta may or may not try to eat them. No fun. And ghost shrimp are actually clear, and I think they're fascinating. You can see all their inner workings, and it's so cool. I had some for a while. I put them in a completely cycled, perfect pH, perfect ammonia, perfect nitrates, and all that tank. It had live plants, which are great for them. It had a pretty weak pulling filter, but still cleaned the tank good, and they all died after like a week. Wasn't fun. I quarantined them too. I don't know what was wrong with them, but they are pretty hard to find where they won't just all die immediately, and at least at my local pet stores, they die so easily. It's no fun. But snails, on the other hand, I've had great luck with snails. You can keep mystery snails or neurites. I was looking into getting neurites for months, but none of the stores around me had them, and I was waiting for them to get them. And one day they got a shipment of mystery snails, and I just got them because they're so cute. You can get smaller snails if you want, like ram's horns. And ram's horns, if they're too small, baby ram's horns might get eaten by your betta. Not ideal. And bigger snails, their antennae, the betta might think they are nice worm treats and chew on them. They will just grow back, and hopefully the betta will have learned his lessons, but they aren't necessary for them. I mean, of course, you shouldn't go to a river and rip off the antenna of every snail you see there, but it's preferable to not have their antennas ripped off. But if they are, and if the betta's eating them every time they grow back, that's okay, you know. And next are schooling fish, like tetras. Tetras are probably the best fish to keep with your bettas. I wouldn't recommend them. I've had no experience, but I've done a lot of research on bettas, and I don't think they're okay because they're so brightly colored. They'll attract the bettas, especially guppies, and the betta will fight them. They're pretty docile fish too, so they kind of won't fight back. I would not recommend them, though that's just my opinion. I mean, if you want to hate on me, go ahead. And then you can keep bettas with other bettas, but listen. Only female bettas with other females. People say you need a minimum of 5, but I know lots of people who have had 4. I know some people online who've only had 4. I know Madeline. Are you watching this, Madeline? She has 4. They get along great and 20 gallon long. I recommend 10 gallons for the first fish, 5 for each additional. It's okay. Some people do 5 per fish. The bigger the enclosure, the better. And also you're going to want a heavily planted tank with lots of driftwood and crevices and just beautifulness. I love Madeline's tank so much. I want to steal it. Beware, Madeline. Should I be throwing your name around the internet? I'm sorry. I'm a mess. Okay, so you can keep bettas with other bettas. You just need a lot of space and heavily planted tank and make sure they all get enough food. Sometimes they will outcompete each other and one of them will get bloated and the others will be starved. So just get the most docile, calmest bettas in the entire pet store. I would look at all the females, pick out the 4 or 5 calmest. And the reason you want a lot, even though it seems really dumb, that's because it would spread out the aggression if there is any aggression. And, you know, that's what you want. So, yeah. You can, of course, get other things. I've heard of loaches. I think African dart frogs, but I don't know if that was real. I wouldn't risk that. That's weird. It was like some African frog. I don't remember. It was years ago when I saw that. I was like, yep, no, I'm not doing that. So I kind of just pushed it in one ear and out the other. Yeah. That's all. See you in my next video if you watch it. And I guess I'll only see you if you comment. And I'll only see you if you comment and your face is on your profile picture and I look on your profile picture. Well then, you'll see me in my next video. Bye.